Discovering Catholicism made apostolic church traditions intellectually feasible.
Showing up, like all of these Catholic apologists started showing up on my feed and everything, and I was like, And so like certain doctrine, like I really do have to give it up to like Roman Catholicism, because they made me soften my heart towards them and therefore towards Orthodoxy.
Like ancient tradition.
Yeah,
because it's like okay.
Oh, they're quoting early church fathers. I'm like,
oh, they have icons, and that's not heretical.
It's like you're praying to saints.
Yeah.
you venerate saints. And so like all of these, like obviously the same kind of misconceptions that you have, it just like sort of like started being withered away. And I didn't like immediately embrace it. I was like, oh crap.
That to me was one of the, like, you know, I wouldn't say nail in the coffin because that makes it sound bad, but it definitely was the nail in the coffin for my like wondering. Because it's like, oh, there's a line of succession, and that's important because you can find that in every other structure in day-to-day life, like companies and, you know, just countries, whatever you want to talk about. There's always a line. So if the line's unbroken, that's a pretty good way to convince me, at least.
Mm-hmm. I mean, even with certain things like baptismal regeneration is something that in the early church everybody universally held to, and like I know from the churches that I went to, we didn't believe in baptismal regeneration.
So it's like, dang,
like what else am I missing? So it's like, oh snap, that's not what we believe at all, like whatsoever. We believe that, hey, you got these 66 books. Then I'm like, well, how do I even freaking justify these books in particular?
Not just made, it wasn't born like certain other like scriptures were. And
I'm like, hey, look, I'm not going to simply accept these 66 books just because it was like given to me, like it was just handed down to me. Why do I reject the Apocrypha or the Deuterocanon? Why do I do that as opposed to like accepting it like Roman Catholics and Eastern Orthodox?